Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome back to the Warzone, and let's talk about the best SMGs in this hyper-competitive meta that we have going into the Season 4 Reloaded update. Things will probably change, but all of these guns should stay in the absolute top of the meta. If you're not subscribed, make sure to check and see if you are, because over 85% of my viewers are not, and we've seen a ton of growth these last few days. On that note, let's get into it, and first, let's take a look at stats. And while looking at stats, I went ahead and put in the 5 guns that are going to be in this video into sim.gg. I built them out with the builds in video, and the way they look on paper is not the way that I would order them from 5 to 1. However, the guns we have here are the Ram 9, the Striker, the WSP 9, the FJX Horus, and the Saperi 46. All 5 of these guns are absolutely incredible. You cannot go wrong with them. There's a few others that are great too, and I'll talk about those at the end as runner-ups. But as you look at these charts, all of these guns have an incredible TTK that is within about 90 milliseconds of each other in the close range and mid-range. Some of these guns are going to absolutely excel in the close range on top of the others, while others are going to hold their damage to a much longer range. Some are easier to control than others. You know the drill. Let's get into it. Alright, so starting at number 5, I actually have the Ram 9 here, and I know the Ram 9 got quite a few nerfs as we came into Season 4. That's perfectly fine. This gun is still absolutely incredible, and it has a very easy recoil pattern. This is a hyper-aggressive build to get into people's faces. The iron sights are incredible, and you can use this behind a sniper or an assault rifle, LMG, etc. It can be played with many different play styles. And so for this build, we're going to start with the M35 compensator, and then we're going to add the DR6 hand stop. This is for ADS, sprint to fire, recoil control, staying off the mini-map, and our movement speed. We're going to further our movement speed with the motion tac pad. We're going to up our ADS and sprint with the recon cone. 50-round mag, because that is the best option on this gun to finish out. The Ram 9 is absolutely incredible right now, and so many people are sleeping on it because the Rival 9, the Striker 9 have been catching people's attention. The best 9mm gun outside of the Horus is definitely the Ram 9. Unless we're talking about number 4, and that's the WSP 9. The WSP 9 is wonderful for sniper support. With this build, you can also use it behind any AR, BR, LMG, etc. Again, hyper aggressive build here, tons of control. The only drawback on this gun is that it is a slower firing gun, so it is less forgiving. With this build, once again, we're going to start with this M35 compensator and the DR6 hand stop for the exact same reason as before. I'm using the 40-round mag because the 50, I don't need it even in quads. You need the 50, that's perfectly fine. WSP factory stock is going to give us movement speed, aim down, sprint out, all of that, and then the Marauder grip to get some more control. If you do not need the Marauder grip, you can absolutely swap to the sprint to fire or swap to a laser. Using the laser would make this thing absolutely fly. You got to remember, this is an open bolt gun, so it does suffer a 50 millisecond delay when you pull the trigger. Outside of that, the WSP 9 is phenomenal for sniper support. It's definitely top 5 there, and it's also top 5 in the SMG category behind AR. And then, alright, number 3, I actually have the Striker. The Striker is definitely the most well-rounded submachine gun in all of Warzone right now. This is probably my favorite submachine gun outside of the 2 new guns. It just feels so good. This gun is old faithful as far as SMGs go. This feels like the Lockman sub did last year. It fills that role. This thing is wonderful. And then for the build, we're not going to use this M compensator here. We're actually going to use the ECS requieter suppressor, and this is for ADS speed and to stay entirely off the map. DR6 hand stop, same reason as always. 48-round mag, once again, you can go with a larger one, but I don't see a reason. 48 rounds is more than enough for even in quads. Using the tac grip for the rear grip to get the sprint to fire time, and then we're using the priority tactical stock, and this is so we get aim stability as well as recoil control, and we also get movement speed from this. This gun is so good because this attachment is so overpowered. The priority tactical stock is actually giving us recoil control, movement, and sprint speed. Costs us 3% ADS to get tac sprint, sprint speed, and movement speed. Plus we gain 8% recoil control. The gun kick at 3% is essentially null. You don't even see a difference there. The Striker is absolutely incredible, and it has been for a long time now. This gun has 0 recoil. Absolutely incredible. And hey guys, I did just want to stop for a second and say, please make sure to like the video if you like what you see, and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before Black Ops 6 releases. We have gained 300 subscribers in the last month. Can we continue continue that momentum and build on it. And at number 2, I've got the Saperi 46, and the Saperi 46 is absolutely amazing. The reason I put a gun in front of it is because it's just simply more aggressive for that run and gun SMG playstyle. For sniper support, this is definitely your absolute best option. With the Saperi 46, we're going to use the Terminal 5 suppressed barrel to up our movement speed, our aim down sight, sprint to fire, and as well, we're going to get recoil control out of this barrel. It is so incredible. Chimera RYN-03 vertical grip. This is going to give us some aim stability as well as vertical recoil and ADS sprint to fire. 4.6mm high grain ammo to push our range out past what we lost, the Terminal 5 suppressor. 40 round mag, largest option that we have, and then the Rescue 9 stock. Once again, recoil control, movement, aim down, sprint to fire. The Saperi 46 has some incredibly overpowered attachments. The gun is incredible, even bone stock, but once you throw the attachments into the equation, this gun is absurd. The one downside is only having 40 rounds. If this had a 50 round mag, it would be absurd. And then alright, at number 1, you probably guessed it, it's the FJX Horus. The Horus is incredible. Nothing can compete with this inside of 12 meters. This gun is absolutely insane. Movement speed is through the roof. You can use the 60 or the 48. With the 48, you're moving even faster. This gun is absolutely insane. And for that build, we're going to use the Zem 35 compensator once again for the recoil control and to stay off the minimap as much as possible. I'm using the Ruse 90 light barrel. You can use the long barrel if you would like. I just like the extra movement speed, as this is to get in people's faces, barrel stuff, fly, fry, and just absolutely gun people. 60 round drum. Once again, you can go to the 48. I put the 60 on because I'm talking trios and quads here. Solos, duos, 48 is absolutely the way to go. Ripper light stock is going to give you even more movement speed, and it is such a clutch attachment. If you do want to put an optic on, I would definitely sacrifice the Ripper light stock to put on something like the Glassless or the Mark III. Either of those or any of the optics would really work for you. I like the irons on this gun. I know I'm a weirdo, but like I said, you can drop the stock and put on an optic if you want to. The Horus is absolutely the best close range gun in the game in the submachine gun category. And then alright, I did want to talk to you about some runner-ups, and first I want to start with the Rival 9. The Rival 9 is 6. I actually waffled back and forth between the Rival 9 and the Ram 9 because the Rival 9 is a very good gun. Just at the end of the day, it doesn't have as easy of a recoil pattern as that of the Ram 9. So the Ram 9 won out in the end. They have very similar TTKs, very similar movement speeds, both fantastic. But with the Rival 9, we're going to build it starting with the Zem 35 compensator and the DR6 hand stop as usual. The Rival C clear shot barrel, pushing out our range a little bit here, but primarily getting our recoil control from this attachment. The Rival FA tactical stock. This is going to give us so much stat. I'm actually going to show this to you. With the FA tactical stock, we're getting our movement speeds, we're getting sprint down, we're getting hip fire, and it's only costing us a tiny bit of gun kick and then stability, which we're getting stability from the barrel. I'm using the 40 round magazine, but you can use the 50 if you need. The 40 I feel is good up to trios. However, I would go with the 50 in quads. The Rival 9 is absolutely fantastic. Another gun still riding the top of the meta that was heavily nerfed a couple of patches ago is the HRM 9. This thing still hits like a truck. It's not as good as it was when it was at the top of its game, but this gun can absolutely compete with every other SMG in the category. It has more range than almost all of them as well, and it has a very easy recoil pattern. For this build, we're going to start with the Zem 35 compensator, essentially as always. However, we're going to use the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop to up our movement just a little bit more while we're aiming down sights. We're still getting aim down and sprint out from this as well. 50 round drum is the biggest that we have, and it's perfect. PCS 90 assault grip and folding stock to get our control on this weapon. The HRM 9 is still absolutely viable. It is absolutely wonderful. And then alright, the last one I want to talk to you about is actually the Vel 46. The Vel 46 absolutely fries for a Modern Warfare 2 gun. This is one of my favorite submachine guns right now, though it is a little slower than our top 5. It is in the top 7, I would say. So give the Vel 46 a try if you haven't in a while. And for that build, once again, Zem 35 compensator, DR6 hand stop, as always, for the same reasons. BLK 7mm laser, get aim stability, aim down sight, and sprint to fire. Schlager soldier grip, aim down sight, sprint to fire as per usual. And I'm using the 50 round mag, even in quads. You can use the 60 if you need to, but Modern Warfare 2 guns, that 60 rounder is going to slow you down a lot. Do not sleep on the Vel 46 because this thing will absolutely slap you, and the only thing you need to change to make this into a sniper support build is to drop the rear grip and throw on the Tango 228 barrel, which will give you the proper sniper support build. If you want to see more sniper support builds, I made a video a few days ago. Here's the thumbnail and name right here. You can see it here on the channel. And all right, fellas, I just ran over 8 or 9 submachine guns that will absolutely decimate your opponents in solos, duos, trios, quads, rebirth, or Urzikstan. Will absolutely get the job done. Subscribe to the channel, and until next time, leave me alone and like the video.
So